Hello and welcome to Learn to Drive the Easy Way. I'm approved driving instructor Michael Gambin, and I'm going to show you how to drive manual, automatic and cars fitted with disability controls in the easiest way possible. So sit back, relax and enjoy. And remember to hit the subscribe button underneath to see all of our videos. Okay, so what we're going to talk about now is how to change gear and when to change gear. Now, obviously this is the bit that makes manual cars more difficult to drive than automatic, but it doesn't need to be that much more difficult. First of all, we're going to talk about why we change gear. Now, our gears are there basically for a few reasons. Number one, to allow you to go faster or slower, which therefore is also to make it more economical. Now, you could do 30 miles per hour in first gear, but you'd be drinking a lot more petrol than if you were in, say, third or fourth gear, sometimes even fifth. Things that will alter which gear we need, though, is things like the gradient and also the road conditions. So if we're going uphill, for instance, we would have to be in a lower gear than we would want to be on a flat road. But when we're also going downhill, we would also be in a lower gear. Now, the reason for that is because when you're in a lower gear, you generate more engine braking effect, which is why we don't coast. Coasting, you'll find on your theory test, it gives you less control of the car, and it's because it eliminates the engine braking effect. So by keeping our clutch up and being in a gear, the car wants to slow itself down. Now, if we're pulling away on snow, for instance, though, we may pull away in a higher gear, but when we're slowing down, we'd want to go down our gears on snow because that generates engine braking effect, so we can rely on that more than we rely on our foot brake, which eliminates or lessens the chance of a skid. So for the timing of when to change gear, we can do it numerous different ways. Number one, and the best way, is by doing it by sound. So when you hear the engine get a little bit high pitch, and you'll get used to this with your own vehicle, that's a good prompt for you when to change gear. You can do it by revs. So I normally advise my clients when it gets around 1800 to 2000 RPM. Or if you're looking at the dials, you can do it by speed as well. So when you get to 10 miles an hour, going to second. When you get to 20 miles an hour, going to third, and so on. But that will be different from one car to another, but that's a good basis to work on. Now, for the gear change itself, we can rely on the timing that I use with my clients, which is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 1 is clutch down, gas off, and it's a quick flick of your feet, so you want to just go bang. Once you've done that, clutch all the way down and you're off the petrol, we then change the gear. Now, when it comes to the position of your hands, I'm going to show you this in a clip shortly after this, which shows you the best way to change from one gear to another. Once we've done that gear change, 3 and 4 is bringing the clutch back up again. So it takes quite a long time to bring that clutch up compared to when you put it down, and that's because you're now engaging that clutch into the flywheel. So if we bring that clutch up too fast, it's going to give us a bit of a jolt, and it's not going to feel comfortable. It also puts strain on your clutch plate and the clutch release bearing as well, so it prolongs the life of your car. So what I'm going to show you now is how to actually change the gear when it comes to your hand position. So if I want to go into first gear, left pressure, then first. Second, left pressure, down, third, tap, tap. Now, if I want to go back into second, remember second gear is a left pressure gear. So if we push the left pressure first, as we go down, it will then jump across into second. If you don't put that left pressure on, what ends up happening is you'll tend to go into fourth gear. You can still go into seconds by doing the tap down, but it just means you have to do an extra movement, which makes it a little bit more complicated. So it avoids that headache. Now, if you're trying to go from fourth to fifth, that's fourth gear, right pressure, then up. But if I want to go into, say, third gear, I will tap down with my fingertips, then tap up with my palm. And again, that allows that gear to be made a lot easier. So think about which gear you're going into, and that's the pressure that you require to put on before you make any movement. So if you want to go into first or second, left pressure first, third and fourth, tap, tap. And if you're trying to go into fifth, it's right pressure first. Now I'm going to show you how to do those gear changes on the move. So clutch goes down into first gear, bite point as per usual, and I build up my speed as I pull away. Now as I hear the engine get a little bit high pitch, I'm going to change gear. So clutch down, gas off, gear change, clutch back up again, back on the gas. It's got loud again, into third. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Back on the gas. Into fourth. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Back onto the gas. Now if I want to slow down, I would brake first, then down change, but then I bring the clutch up to the bite point. Now by bringing the clutch up to the bite point, it means it makes it a smoother transition. If I bring my clutch up too fast on down change, what tends to happen is you'll get a bit of a jolt. So I'll show you that now. And you can see you get that sort of bounce back on the engine. So the way to prevent that is just by bringing the clutch up to the bite point, holding it there for a little bit of time, allow the car to build up its engine speed again before you then bring the clutch up fully. I hope that video has helped, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.